So ladies and gentlemen, entrepreneurship is no longer about profit alone. It is about innovation. And also, it's about solving pressing social, economic, and environmental challenges. In this regard, MSMEs already form the backbone of Malawi's economy, but yet their potential to drive Malawi Agenda 2063 lies in reimagining how they do business now and also in the near future. Ladies and gentlemen, the entrepreneurship ecosystem is evolving at the moment with new policies, laws, and perhaps institutions being put in place. But also we've seen a number of programs that are also being, championed and also implemented. We've seen Zanchito, Digital Malawi, and access to finance being there on the ground. But still, the big question remains, how can entrepreneurship power socio-economic transformation while advancing climate resilience and inclusive livelihoods? I think this is something that we still need to ponder as we are in this workshop and even moving forward. I must say that MSMEs account for the majority of businesses in Malawi, and they are the backbone of job creation, innovation, and service delivery in the country. However, these MSMEs face persistent barriers to reach their full potential in order to drive meaningful transformation. And these barriers include the following. For instance, we have lack of access to finance, lack of access to markets, lack of proper infrastructure, and also lack of access to investment readiness support. Nevertheless, when these MSMEs are supported, they can actually become triple impact actors. In this case, they have the potential for driving inclusive growth by empowering the youth, the women, and marginalized groups. They also have the potential for enhancing climate resilience by integrating sustainable agriculture, renewable energy, and circular economies. They also have the potential for supporting national development goals such as the Malawi 2063, including other regional goals such as the African Union Agenda and the international goals that we have, the Sustainable Development Goals. There are a number of emerging opportunities, of course, for Malawi that we need to tap in order to advance sustainable entrepreneurship. One of the issues or opportunity is the climate smart entrepreneurship. Agriculture, food security, renewable energy enterprises can turn Malawi's vulnerabilities into opportunities once we actually do this in a proper way. Digital transformation is one of the areas. So expanding internet, for instance, and mobile connectivity can unlock access to digital markets, financial technologies, and data-driven business models. The other element is about impact investment, where we're saying global capital is increasingly flowing towards ventures that continue or that combine profitability with measurable impact. And also we are talking about the issue of regional leverage, where African continental free trade area opens opportunities for Malawian enterprises to compete regionally with sustainable and scalable business models. As I conclude, ladies and gentlemen, if we are to advance sustainable entrepreneurship, we must seriously consider the following shifts. The first one is a mindset shift or mindset change as per our Agenda 2063. Often we take entrepreneurship as a last resort when everything else fails. That's a big mistake. But what we need, and what is therefore important, is to consider entrepreneurship as a first choice career for our young people. I think that is something that we need to start thinking about. We've seen a lot of people going into entrepreneurship because one thing that they were focusing on failed, and then they listened to a certain powerful conversation about entrepreneurship, so they want to do something about it. So in the end, we will have more failures than people that can succeed in this sector. The second one is about innovation shift. We need to shift from traditional practices to inclusive, tech-enabled, and climate-smart solutions. Another shift is on the finance, where we need to move away from heavy reliance on the informal savings to blended finance. I'm pretty sure this conference is going to unpack what blended finance is, climate funds, and also impact investment mechanisms. Another shift is in the education, where we must embed entrepreneurship in all our education systems, whether it's at TVET level or it's higher education in our universities. We need to ensure that entrepreneurship is actually being recognized in there, so that we are able to have problem-solving minds, and those minds that can actually advance entrepreneurship. Also, and finally, we need a collaboration shift, where we must embrace a holistic systems approach, where government and all other stakeholders, including investors and communities, align efforts for maximum impact. So it's only when we collaborate we can go very far in terms of advancing these issues. And as a way of concluding my remarks, we are all invited to play a role in advancing sustainable entrepreneurship. For our entrepreneurs who are here and wherever they are, we must reimagine businesses as engines of resilience, equity, and sustainability. I'm pretty sure this conference is also going to unpack what resilience is, so that we are able to understand and maybe support these initiatives. For government and policymakers, we must implement enabling policies, laws, and put up sound institutions that can help us to govern the sector and also provide that kind of facilitation where we need to thrive in this, that we can advance under MSMEs, entrepreneurship, but also sustainable livelihoods. For our investors and financial institutions, we must move beyond risk aversion, embrace blended finance, and support early stage climate ventures. There's a lot of, need for support in those areas, so that we are able to, if we are to make maximum impact. And finally, is to ESOs and the development partners, we must provide holistic support, investment readiness, mentorship, and technical training to bridge the gap between ideas and investment. I think we have a lot of other development partners that have come into this sector, and I think they are doing a lot of good job in terms of providing these services. We need more, and let's clap hands for the development sector partners for this support so far. And I know that there will be more and more coming to support this sector. Having said that, I want to thank you all for your attention, and may God bless you. Thank you.